Listen, for every man that can't, there's a man that can. For every man that don't want to, there's a man that do. For every man that you gotta beg to text you, there's one that's gonna text you before you wake up. What I'm trying to say is quit spending your time on men that don't like you, that don't want to wife you, that don't know your worth, that make you feel like you just one of many when you were placed on this earth to be a priority. You were placed on this earth to be the apple of a man's eye. But instead, you letting a man mislead you. You letting a man drag you to hell because you want to follow the leadership of a man that don't like you like that. Listen to me. You deserve a man that likes you, that knows he gotta earn you, that sees you as a prize. A man that take pride in protecting and providing for you. A man that ain't gotta be told to communicate regularly because he's inspired to. A man that is one. A man that's ready. A man you ain't gotta teach how to be one.
Jay Show. Hey, I hope everybody is having a wonderful and blessed day today. I hope it's absolutely amazing for you guys. I want to talk about this guy right here. You know, ladies, this is really for the ladies right here. You got to be aware of who you listening to. Now, this guy right here, he was doing this thing. You know, he had a lot of followers, bunch of women, because, he was preaching that word like, your self-worth. You don't need to find no lazy man, you know what I'm saying? You don't want no cheater type stuff like that, but he wasn't living up to what he was preaching. This guy was cheating. He's married. He's going around to different cities, sleeping with different women, knowing that he has a wife at home. You understand me? And I believe he was sleeping with a few of the ladies on his little platform. But we're going to watch this video. Shout out to Poetic Flacco for bringing this out. Shout out to the brother. If y'all ain't subscribed to his channel, go subscribe to his channel. He has great content. But we're going to watch his video and we'll chop it up on the other side.
Putting the fries in the bag is a much better occupation than being a fraud for compensation. Being a fraud for compensation will leave you having sleepless nights because you don't know the day you're gonna get outed and have your entire income stream ruined and corrupted. And this is what's going on today with this podcast called Tonight's Conversation. I call them the slow music scammers.
Relationships, you have to be selfless. Most people are so worried about their ego and what feels good to themselves that they don't understand how to collaborate with somebody else.
These egos got a slow song for every hypocritical advice they give that they don't follow themselves, bruh. But they've been getting away with it for a while now because they didn't have a whistleblower. That's until today.
Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the F*** Did I Work For? So
now this girl, I believe she worked on this podcast, and she was either getting underpaid or she didn't get paid all her money, so she blowing a whistle. She finna tell it all. So let's check it out.
Unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this is the creator of the pod.
That's Keita Rose, not to be mistaken with Kitty Rose. Now, Keita Rose, if you watch the podcast, you know she's been a huge part of that podcast and that brand for a while now. Alhamdulillah, the talent will be missed. Brothers in Christ, we must be strong. Consciousness over cookies, politics over punani. But Keita, who was a huge part of the show, her clips was always viral.
They've been conditioned so long to believe that all you have to bring to a relationship is financial. So when they don't have that, and the woman steps up and says, well, I have finances, what else do you have? And they don't have anything else.
The founder and current owner of Tonight's Conversation, his name is ACEMETAPHOR.
How you expecting a woman to be your piece when you treat her like a piece of shit?
See what I'm saying?
You like, be my piece, but all you do is bring pieces of heartache, pieces of cheating, pieces of misunderstanding, pieces of anger in her life.
So, hey, I wonder if he's going to be preaching that to his wife. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Now, you see what he said. Pieces of cheating, Now he's out here living foul, but going around preaching this because he's in it for the money. What do you call it? I believe that's called a false prophet.
If you pull up a dictionary and go to grifter, this man pictures pops up, bruh. ACEMETAPHOR is the biggest grifter of all. And he's done it better than all the other grifters. Now, if the rhetoric sounds familiar, that's because it is. ACEMETAPHOR is a student of Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn was on the early episodes of Tonight Conversations, but as soon as Derrick Jaxn got exposed for cheating on his wife, being a hypocrite, and not living by the principles he preached.
So, the Derrick Jaxn, this was his show at first. So he got exposed for cheating. So then it's ACEMETAPHOR took over. And then it happened to him. This is crazy.
ACEMETAPHOR kicked Derrick Jaxn from off the show, stole his card games, made millions off it, and gave Derrick Jaxn nothing. ACEMETAPHOR reminds me of Money Mike. He's about 5'2", and he's been pimping out these e-girls for a while now. ACEMETAPHOR been pimping out e-girls for about a decade now, bro, making millions off of them. So Keita Rose would announce that she left Tonight Conversation because she refuses to get pimped out by ACEMETAPHOR, who has apparently been making a lot of money from these tours that he can't stop bragging about. When he gets into an argument with a troll in the comment section, the first thing he says is, I make $500,000 a show. So he's been making a lot of money off the cast of Tonight's Conversation, but the money has been looking funny. People ain't been getting paid. And Keita is confused. Like, you've been telling people you make $500,000 a show, but our paychecks ain't coming on time. Money is missing from our paychecks at times, right? You done did this so much, you now owe me thousands of dollars in back pay. What's going on, bruh? All right. And then as I'm trying to recoup my money, you then start to try to work me from off the show. No, this is very sketchy. So Keita went public, but ACEMETAPHOR got ahead of all of it, right? He dropped a statement on IG Live and he said, I don't owe nobody no money.
There is no one that I owe money. Okay, I want everybody to understand that. There is no one that I have not paid according to their contract. Period. There is no one that I owe money. Out of 100 people that I've casted, talent-wise, the people you see on the camera, there's no one I owe money. There is no video team I owe money. There's no audio team I owe money to. There is no venue I owe money to. Period. According to everyone's contract and what everybody was agreed to be paid to, I owe no one money. There is no one I did not pay.
My question is, like, these people that he's working with, they work around and they see what he do, everything. But then, you know, they know what he's doing and they don't say nothing about it until they feel like they've been screwed over. You know, that's the messed up part. You know, he's going around preaching like, thou shalt not cheat. You know, thou shalt not commit adultery, stuff like that. And they know what he's doing, but nobody's saying nothing until they feel like he's screwing them over on the money. Then that's when everything comes to the light. I don't understand that.
The problem with slow song scammers like this, they've been able to manipulate and lie to their audience for so long that they forget that all of us didn't grow up without fathers, that some of us actually had fathers in our lives, and we're not easily manipulated. So when he says, I honor everything in your contract, he doesn't really address all the promises he made to people. He doesn't address the contracts that he didn't sign. So, right? If he draft up a new contract with a promissory note that he promised to pay you a certain amount and he doesn't sign it, well, that's not the new contract. I don't know what you're talking about. But luckily for Keita, she kept receipts and emails of them sending her this quote-unquote contract.
The manager writes back and says that attaches a promissory note. The promissory note isn't signed. The promissory note just basically says, I promise to pay, but it isn't signed. No one freaking signed it, not even the ex. So who promised to pay you. Every time you ask about the money, it's we going bankrupt, we don't have it, I'm losing, I'm redlined. Every time you say, well, I'm sorry you're having money issues, it's I'm not having money issues, I got big money. So you never quite know. That's why he was shaking and flailing.
Is it dumb to continue doing work without getting back a signed contract? Yeah, but bro, a lot of people just operate off of genuineness, bro. Like, not too many people go around expecting the worst out of people. So if your boss, employer, who's been paying you, who's been doing business with you, if they send you a blank contract, you're not thinking anything of it, bro. You're just thinking, okay, maybe like they forgot. All right, like you're not thinking, oh, this person who I've been doing business with, who I've known for years, is gonna F me over in the future and they got plans on doing me wrong. Most people lead with good faith. It's the very bad people who do these calculated, manipulative things to F over people they love and in their lives, all right? Now, ACEMETAPHOR, he's such a narcissist, right, that he believes he can manipulate everybody, right? So he drops a recorded phone call to make Keita Rose look bad, right? Now, he dropped the recorded phone call because Keita Rose is yelling and screaming. Now, this recorded phone call was supposed to prove he doesn't owe her anything, but all it does is prove he does indeed owe her money, because even before she went public, she's on the call with him, let him know you owe me my money, pay me before I go public. He calls it extortion. I calls it a woman who is fed up and got to pay her bills and feed her kid.
I'm going to get that lawyer today.
No.
Or we have no
we
deal.
solve this by
I stayed
5:30.
up until midnight last night. I'm tired. My back hurts. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need to work. But I'm still around with your ass. Now, I said we were friends, but we ain't that goddamn close until we make a motherfucking deal. So make it, nigga, and make the right one.
Damn.
Let's just make the deal,
Damn.
Ace, and we can move forward, and you can get squared away, and we can get squared away, and everything can be finished.
She's standing on that.
Do you think you can solve it by 5:30?
Mary,
Mm-hmm.
we got a long way to 5:30. I've been working on this all morning. Since
Well,
we all
spend
talk.
more
Hold
time
on, Keita. Let me.
nigga, and less time talking to me.
So look,
I
just
gotta
call me.
work and
Call
make
me.
videos.
Call me back.
I gotta do my Patreon.
Call me back at 1.
500
Call me back at
members.
1. All right.
If I get a call from somebody and they tell me, you owe me money, I need my wire today, and I don't owe you money, I'll say, bro, what are you talking about, huh?
Right.
What money? Why am
Right.
I wiring you anything? But the fact that he sat on the conversation, heard her out, and instead of saying, wait, what are you talking about? I don't owe you money, is, yo, 5 p.m., we can do it at 5 p.m., bro. We still got a long way until 5 p.m., bro. Hey, listen, you're coming back at 1 p.m., let me figure this out. It shows you owe her the money she's
That's
talking
right.
about.
That's
You
right.
owe her that, bro. But this was supposed to be his evidence. Now, he was banking on us hearing Keita Rose scream, being frantic, emotional, upset, and we were supposed to judge her for being in that state of mind that you put her in. That was
Say, if somebody owe you money, you know what I'm saying, you got bills, maybe she has a child, of course she gonna be going on. She wanna get paid, just like he getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So I guess, I'm sorry, damn, he look fucked up right there. But anyways, I just felt like, man, I was trying to talk, man, looking at this dude. Let me go and play this.
That's what he was banking on, right? Us seeing her act that way and automatically thinking, bro, she's crazy. No, bro. She's acting like somebody who got a kid to feed,
Right.
who like no longer has employment now because you played, and now her only source of income that she quit her job to do because y'all tour all around the country, that's gone. That shows somebody who right now is desperate and trying to get paid to feed their family.
That's right.
If you have never been the victim of a narcissist, I understand that you guys may not know how they triangulate you. So if you ever catch a man like posting audio of a woman reacting to some bullshit he has said, and for you to get on the internet and try to say that you were being extorted when you're actually calling people and trying to settle with them.
So it completely backfired. See,
Makes sense.
ACEMETAPHOR's demographic is single, lonely women who are bitter and looking to blame men for all their problems. So they come to guys like ACEMETAPHOR, who is going to tell them it's all the men's fault. even though we all know it's just a grift and it's just to get their money, right? But they're eating it up. So those women are now turning against him, right? And they're now seeing him for the narcissist he is. Because he's choosing to quite literally play in her face, Keita has now turned into a whistleblower. Being a part of tonight's conversation for years, she knows all their secrets. She knows all the skeletons, and she's telling it all, exposing all these frauds.
Aside from all the women that, like the fans that would sleep with Mojo Jojo, because this is when I found out that tour life means a lot of effing is going on.
Damn.
A lot of boot scooting boogieing. So aside from all the women that he would sleep with on tour, he would sleep with, you know, his assistants. So I met one of his.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, she knows all this stuff, but the moment her shit, shout out to this Keita lady. I'm not trying to start no mess with you. Do your thing, lady. But the moment you felt like you was getting screwed over, now you want to start bringing all this stuff out, and you knew this all along.
His assistants that let me know that he get down. Got a couple kinks as well. I'm not shaming it, but it does involve throw up. So Kit Kat ain't the only one that just loves bodily functions. Bodily fluids, I meant. I'm sorry, I'm really frazzled by a lot of all this.
That's worse
As a
than
man
P. Diddy
hearing
shit.
that he cheated with an assistant, cheated with some people on the cast while married, I'm like, duh. Bro, he's on the road touring. He's cheating with fans, cast members, assistants. Of course, he's on the road touring. But that's a huge no-no because ACEMETAPHOR has built his brand off of calling out toxic men who cheat, who lie, who manipulate, who do women wrong.
Right.
And his majority female audience is buying into this character of his, the wholesome man who caters to women. So when they find out that he cheats, oh, they not having it, right? This is the same guy who has made a living off of calling out men for being toxic and cheating, just to find out that he's worse than those same men.
I'm getting sick of men saying that. I want a woman to be my peace. No, the you don't. You want a woman that won't question you when you bring in chaos in her life, talking about be my peace. How you want her to be your peace when all you doing is bringing nightmares in her life? And every time she speaks up, you say she's disturbing your peace. Of course she is. Because you cheat.
So you bringing nightmares into your woman's life because she can only imagine. I mean, just think about all these cities this man has went to, and I know she's probably thinking, every city he probably got 2 or 3 women, and they doing this old kinky stuff. It was in Vice. It says something about vomit. I don't know how that works, but you know what I'm saying. Now your wife has to look at you, and think about all this nasty stuff that was going on and all these women you slept with when you're the one that's supposed to be saying, no, this is not supposed to be happening. It's just supposed to be man and woman. Love your wife. Don't cheat on her. You know what I mean? So, come on, brother.
You ain't available. You don't validate her. When you say you want a woman to be your peace, you mean you want a woman that don't speak up for herself, that don't call you out on your motherfucking bullshit. If you not doing bullshit, shit is peaceful. You don't even have to say be my peace when you are bringing peace. What peaceful ass nigga has ever had to say be my peace? The chaotic men, the disrespectful men, cheating men, the men that got fucking problems, the men that want to have their cake and eat it too, those are the men that scream, I want a woman to be my peace.
He just described everything about himself. Everything. So, hey, you preaching to yourself, my brother.
Can you imagine him coming home and saying, baby, please forgive me. Give me a second chance. And then his wife, while she's trying to figure out whether or not to forgive him, she goes on TikTok and she sees this video.
I keep getting asked about, should I give my ex a second chance? A second chance to do what? Because oftentimes you're thinking you're giving this man a second chance to do right by you, but oftentimes you are giving this man a second chance to do wrong by you, a second chance to re-break that heart. It took you months after that breakup to try to stitch back together. Oftentimes you're giving this man a second chance to play you.
This is good, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Chat, I'll be real, chat. I'll be real, chat. Listen, bro. Listen, chat, I'll be real, chat. Yo, if times ever get hard, chat, and y'all see me on TikTok doing this, man, please, yo, don't. Hey, don't blow my spot up, bro. Let me eat. Let me eat. Yo, if y'all see me doing this, bro, just know, bro.
Hey, but I do want to give this man the benefit of the doubt because I mean, we so far haven't seen no videos of any woman coming out saying that she slept with this man now. So I was thinking about that. So I'm gonna kind of lay off him a little bit. But if he is living foul like that, that's messed up. That you got all these followers, they sending you money, you know what I'm saying, paying to get into your shows, and you living foul like this. That is absolutely crazy.
It's hard. Let me eat, chat. All right, all right. Let me eat, man. Bro, that's good, yo. Yo, I hope his wife sees that video. I hope his wife sees that video, bro, and says, "Hey, sorry, bro. All right, I can't give you a second chance," and leave his ass. And he's trifling. But Keita Rose didn't just stop at him, though. Now, his reputation is completely ruined. Publicly ruined, is over
This
with.
lady.
His audience don't even... Yo, if you go to his comment section right now, bro, the comment section don't even look the same no more, bro. It's raps. But Keita didn't just stop at ACEMETAPHOR, though. She went for all the slow song scammers on the cast of tonight's conversation. All right? More specifically, Kitty Rose, who is apparently like a therapist, who her job is to give women advice and chastise them for being cheaters and going against toxic people. You often see her in clips speaking like she's a Baptist minister.
So I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations. Congratulations. That's fucking dope.
Or, I'm so sorry.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep?
Hey, but I mean, look at all these people. And they you know, you gotta pay to get into this thing. And he's sitting up there living like he's just living and just trying to give advice. And he's living foul. That is so wrong, man. That is so wrong.
Decide, dude.
Well, first of all, right now, you took a vow. You took vows.
This lady.
You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man in sickness and through health, for rich and for poor. You said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the time.
So that's the lady, the one that's sitting next to her, the one that's not talking. She's the one that's out and everything.
Where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled, you still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well.
Now she cooking, but she usually takes the holier than thou virtue signaling stance, all right? She usually takes this Baptist minister, MLK, I'm holier than thou, I'm on a different plane, I'm spiritual. She usually goes that route. But come to find out, she's just as bad as all the women who cheat on their husband.
Uh-oh, bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married and she can't stand side bitches and she can't stand cheating women. Ho, the drama, the tea. Hope we all heal.
Oh my God. So
now
sitting out there, okay, this dude came out and said he slept with this so-called therapist. Like he was clapping him. That is crazy. And they said it was around the time she was married. What kind of platform does this guy do? Man, what is going on, man? They just making money off of straight lies. Oh, man, this is crazy.
This Bible thumping, Jesus first, licensed therapy, Bible thumping, spiritual guru lady, her cheating on her husband is the least of her worries and the scandals. But we will get to her other issues that Keita exposed, all right? But the reason why Keita is exposing her and not just ACEMETAPHOR is because she snaked Keita. That apparently Keita tried to play the role of Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman. She tried to save these e-girls from being pimped out by ACEMETAPHORs. But instead of riding with Keita and riding with the employment force, Kitty Rose decided that she was going to backstab Keita and snitch and rat out Keita and the other employees who planned on revolting.
Not that you can't afford me. It's just that, like, there's a lot of things you've done to make sure that I was in a financial bind. But he did that to all the other people too, right? So it's not that I'm alone. So I'm thinking to myself, let me talk to the other people. So maybe we could think about how we can get some of our money back, because Shitty's tired of popping coochie and she's in a lot of debt. She says she's in a lot of debt and I'm not doing so well. So let me figure out how we can come together. I talk to other members. Let's come together. And Shitty goes to Mojo Jojo and says, Keita's plotting against you. She's trying to take you down.
Wow. That's crazy.
So then Mojo Jojo got all mad.
So I believe what she said is she went to the little therapist lady. They was talking about the money and everything. So then they decided to go around and talk to the other employees or the other people that's on this podcast. And she's trying to figure out how they can, you know, make things right. Everybody get paid, you know what I'm saying? They may have to cut down on some things or something like that. Well, this therapist lady goes back to the ace dude behind her back and says, this lady is plotting on you. You know what I'm saying? That is like crazy. First she's a cheater, now she's stabbing this girl in the back. What kind of therapist is that? Or I don't even know if she's a therapist. I mean, whoever was getting advice from her, y'all should feel bad. I mean, not bad, but just be hurt. I just can't believe he had that many followers and he was doing this. But I would like to see some ladies come forth and say that they have been with this man.
So that's what happened.
Imagine being at the workplace with somebody who you believe is one of your closest friends and y'all are really close. So you realize that the person who's running it all, the employer, is effing them over too. So you try to tell them, hey girl, yo, you're being effed over. Yo, you got money here, and there. And then that person goes to your employer and says, hey bruh, but she came to me and told me you owe me money and she's plotting to tell everybody else about how much they're owed. You might want to get rid of her. But come to find out, this kitty lady did the same thing to another gentleman, right? When she was just like a part-time temporary person, she came in and manipulated her way to get him fired so she can have a permanent position. Man. So she's been scandalous, right? But Keita just thought that Kitty, you know, would be different. I guess because she thought that her and Kitty were closer and better than that. So that's why Keita feels like she is entirely justified and in the right to spill all of Kitty's business out to the public, bruh. So Kitty presents herself as this holier-than-thou, super Christian, Bible-thumping woman, right? But, yo, her baggage is crazy. First off, I did not know, or I don't know of a Bible-thumping Christian spiritual woman who got 6 kids by 3 baby daddies.
Oh, true, cool. I don't have no problem with Trill. She has multiple baby daddies. 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4. I'm not sure. Hey, was it 4? It's 6 to 7 kids, 3 to 4 baby daddies, something like that.
Wow.
I guess she's just letting them busting her.
A lot of y'all might be shocked that the woman you just heard talk about Bible, this, God, this, integrity, this, with the soft tone and like the real angelic voice and the calm demeanor, you probably like, she got 6 kids by 3 baby daddies?
Right.
Yo, I was surprised too when I found out she was a hood rat. Don't let that slow song scamming fool you, bruh. This is how she really acts when she's not in front of the, the audience, right? This is her before she got on tonight's conversation.
Wait, so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know how shit. Cause I put these niggas after I be licking ass. I like for men to pee on me. Okay?
Wait a minute. Did she say she liked the men to pee on her?
It's something about that stream hitting that.
Whoa. Ma'am, let's not get too graphic, bruh. But yeah, these are the people who are giving relationship advice. These are the people who are giving advice to people on how to have integrity. This is why I say, yo, just because somebody put on a slow song and speak softly over that slow song doesn't mean they are in authority, doesn't mean they deserve for you guys to pay $300 a ticket to come and hear them give you guys advice. These people need your advice. These people are sick individuals. So after realizing like she's a hood rat, nothing else I heard after this really surprised me, right? Keita revealed that her ex-boyfriend actually chimed in and confirmed that she shot at him 3 times.
Damn near exactly what happened with me and her when I dated her. She saw that I had did some shit in my phone. We started fighting. Well, we didn't even start fighting. She started hitting me. I was 200 pounds, like 250 at the time, 6 feet tall. She's, 5'3", 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, I can't hit you, so I'm trying to get out the way. She get in the car, keep hitting me, destroys my car, and then shoots at me with my own gun 3 times.
And that's not even the only story of her shooting at an ex, all right? The ex actually chimed in to let Keita know that he was also shot at when Keita told a story that she told Keita about how she shot at an ex and, by accident, and she got arrested. So these are the people giving you advice on how to have a healthy relationship. Like, this is all scamming to me at this point, bro. This is all grifting, even though they're not, I don't know, taking the money right from you. You're willingly giving it. To me, it's still scamming, bro, because you're giving it under false pretenses. You're giving it under this person is a therapist. This person is a whole person. This person is healed. If the people knew that the person they were taking advice from was shooting at their boyfriends, cheating on their husbands, snaking their friends, being pissed on in a bedroom by random men, you probably wouldn't give that person
I knew it. I thought I heard her say that she liked to get peed on. This is crazy. Hey, well, this video is almost over. I do want to say, I want to give a shout out to the Keita, whatever. I don't want to get them because their names are like close. They're similar. Keita and Keta, whatever. But the one that's like coming forth, I want to give a shout out to her. I'm not trying to talk bad about her, you know what I mean? But I just feel like, why, now that you wasn't getting paid or didn't get the contract signed, why now? Why do you want to come forth now? Why didn't you bring this to the light, when all this was going on? I guess the money was good, but still, this man is a false prophet. His whole platform seems like they are fake, you know what I mean? So why wouldn't you just like come out right then, you know what I'm saying, and build your platform and just tell everybody what's going on to keep all these ladies from giving him all this money, and he's just not right. And this girl, the so-called therapist, trying to give relationship advice, and she has 6 kids, 4 or 5 baby daddies. I am not, I can't. Everybody has a past, you know what I'm saying. I got children. I got an ex-wife too. Everybody has a past. But I'm not going around trying to give a relationship advice. And I'm not taking nobody's money behind it. You know what I mean? So, and then they said that she shot at her exes like 6 times. The dude said that he was trying to get away from her and she destroyed his car. So how can she give somebody some relationship advice? This is crazy. And then these women, they're not even knowing this. They're just blind to it. They have these little conferences, man, and you paying $300 a ticket to go see this man, and not knowing that he's cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, his wife should feel very disgusted with him. But I really want to see some women that he's actually, had a relationship with, or it's going to be something that's going to come out where, a lady might come forward and he might try to give her some hush money, but somebody needs to come forward. Some lady needs to come forward and say, yeah, I've been dealing with this man, you know what I'm saying? Every time he comes to my city, He calls me, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? And but they said that his career is destroyed. You know, his podcast is like kind of going down, but slowly. But I still want to see that. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, I hope this girl is not doing this because she's upset behind the contract and she's ruining this man's name. But that's what I want to see. Once that happens, then yeah, for sure. But man, that is a false prophet. I mean, he's going around, he's taking you ladies' monies, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like women, it's the common sense thing to me. I really feel like just common sense, man. You should be able to read a man, whether he really is into you or not, or if he just want to hit. You know, you should be able to read that. That's the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? Same with men. If the woman just wants you for your money, you know, you should be able to read that. So that is my opinion on everything. This is crazy right here. But ladies, y'all be careful and be aware of these people that's talking to you and trying to get your money, scam you out of your money, trying to give you this relationship advice. Just be careful, you know what I'm saying? And watch these guys too. Same as the men, watch these little gold digging women. So that is my opinion. You guys drop down in the comment, please. Hit the like button on this. Put this in the algorithm, man, and get at me. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. Hey, y'all stay safe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Love you guys. I'm out.